This can always be seen from different angles. Personally, what I see is a Gambian who has been part of the Gambia, who has served the Gambia for a number of years. And today, for the first time, we are getting someone trying to vie for the position of Secretary General of the Commonwealth. So I'm looking at it from that perspective. I might have my opinion on whether the Commonwealth was useful to us or it's important to us and all those things, but that's beside the point. As I said, I can even have my opinion on whether Tangara is a good guy or is a bad guy and all that. That's beside the point. For me, I see it as here is Gambia, here is one Gambian who is vying for a position, which is an international one, and taking cue from a lot of other countries where they fight strongly and vigorously to have their own, sit in very upper high offices there. Whether they are going to give back something to them or not, they are carrying their flag, the Gambian flag somewhere, like we have with Dr. Omar in the ECOWAS. So in my view, the Gambia has not been well endowed all the time to have great personalities in the international jobs, very high offices. We have a very few, but then at least I think it's not the nature of our size that should not allow us to have Gambians at certain levels. So in my view, I would say we support our own to get the tribals in there. So if there are differences amongst ourselves, if there are issues amongst ourselves, in my view, there are issues that I think we can always resolve.
Do you think just working for Jammeh regime in the diplomatic scene or in the cabinet or in another capacity should really disqualify him in terms of morality when it comes to the question between Gambia and the Commonwealth? Because many people think that if we apply such logic, Fatou Bensouda went to become prosecutor of the International Court of Law, and that's quite a human right, institution. And she was Attorney General under Jammeh.
Look, working under Jammeh for many of us, because I was also part of those who got a senior position at some point, working under Jammeh and even at his own office, it might have its own, negative sides, naturally. Because certainly Jammeh is passive, and I'm sure we have already got that brought out from TRC, has somebody who has really done a lot of other criminal activities. Some of it is killing other people, innocent people, or taking the law by his hand, by his hand, and doing a lot of things. Somebody else will see Jammeh differently. We say, okay, Jammeh has also influenced, changed lives of other people and all that. So Jammeh might not be the perfect president, but one would not say, in my view, and that's personal too, as I said, would it mean that every Gambian should not have worked for Jammeh? Or everybody who worked for Jammeh is naturally, considered as an enabler or a bad guy? I think personalities are individualized. People have individual personalities. There are some people who have been good guys who have worked for Jammeh, who have worked in the ministries, either as ministers or permanent secretaries or even civil servants or public servants, and who have really improved situations and have done some good into the country. Yes. And then Jammeh was Jammeh, and he has done all the atrocities. Yes, he must have used a lot of people to do that, certainly. I mean, anybody who was in the foreign service as a minister, it doesn't matter who it was, certainly will probably be doing certain biddings of Jammeh that you will have to be required to do. You have the option probably to resign or not to resign, but that's an option that is open. Some people can do it, some people cannot do it, some people will want to do it, some people will not want to do it. But I think the yardstick, to measure that probably would be a bit difficult, especially when it comes to the context of Africa. I mean, a lot of other governments are around. If you go to Cameroon, you have Paul Biya, who is 90-something years and is still president, probably is not even ruling the country. There are issues there. You go to Kagame in Rwanda, anybody who goes to Kigali would be elated to see that this is the most clean country. I mean, clean country, yes, because I've traveled in Kigali, even beyond, Rwanda, beyond Kigali. And yet, everybody outside here will say he's a dictator because, look, he got about 90-something% in the elections, which is not dissimilar to what Jammeh was getting in the Gambia, etc., even though he was doing elections and all that. So it's a complex debate. I'm not saying that there's any win-win situation in it. Yes, and if in any side you sit, there are good points to defend yourselves. But I'm just saying, when it comes to really having your own outside there, well, that's a debatable thing. For me, I would say support your own. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you have your child and it's a bad child, it's in your family, in as much as, I mean, even if you disown him, but you find that there is an opportunity for him to go there, then he will carry your name, you will say, okay, I will support him, let him go and carry my name there. But there is always a challenge in everything. But in this case, for me, I would have really said, okay, let's support our own, allow him to pass. If he succeeds, then he will still be carrying a ban. If he doesn't help any Gambian and he sits there up to the end of his term and he comes back, they will still say a Gambian has been at the Commonwealth. Now, whether that matters much or not, I don't know. But I'm saying there might be some advantages to it, there might be disadvantages to it. But this is the trend I have seen, I've observed nationally, and I think probably is the right thing to do.